Hey, what's up guys? It's Intel here. This is my third time recording this because I sort of messed up my other two times, but today I'm going to be showing you guys how to block it. I've had a lot of people say, Intel, how do you PvP? How do you block it so well? And I'm going to be explaining that to the best of my ability. There's two things I want to say beforehand. With blocking and with W tapping, with like every type of method of PvP, right? There's a part where there's the fundamentals of it where you can like explain what you're doing, and then there's also the part where it's like you just sort of do it, but you don't really think about it. So it's like it's harder to explain, and that's what I feel like a lot of people have a tough time with in their PvP tutorial videos, like especially with block hitting, because block hitting I'd say is a little more advanced than W tapping. That's just my opinion, but like you see what they're doing on screen and sometimes it doesn't match up with what they're saying. It's not because they're like describing what they're doing wrong, it's sort of just because it's something that you don't really think about. It's sort of like a reflex, and yeah, it's just like hard to put into words, but I'm gonna be like trying to explain this to the best of my ability. So some info if you don't know me. I have been a leaderboards player for a while. Well, I'm not anymore, but I used to like sweat really hard on Lounge. I got leaderboards on Lounge. I got leaderboards on this server last season for a while. Got leaderboards on Faithful. So I think I have some credibility with you know, what I'm talking about, because I do like super well with it. Also, some people think that you need to have low MS to block it. Like you have people like Kevsta and Potfast who their primary ways of PvP are block hitting, and they both have like 10 MS. And people are like, oh, you have to have like super low MS to block it, but that's not true. You can see me. I have 123 ping on the server because I'm West Coast, and yeah, I block it just fine, and I'm like 1320, 1330, somewhere around there. So yeah, anyways, the fundamentals to start with, when you block it, the general rule of thumb that a lot of people go by, that you've probably heard before, is to block hit when the player turns red. And you don't want to like spam block it, because that's just sort of silly. You want to tap it. I've never really thought about it that way. I just block it. I tap it when like I'm about to hit them, and that's how I think about it. Like when I'm about to like get the hit, I will tap it. And it's sort of stupid on here because it opens up the whatever this is, but that's the general rule of thumb. Now, when you're within close range of someone, you want to be like a little more spammy with it. Like there's not really like a good reason for it. Maybe like makes them take more KB. I don't know. Like again, it's sort of something that's hard to put into words, but you'll see a lot of people who block it when they're within close range of someone, they'll spam it. When they're like far range of someone, they'll tap it, and that's like the general rule of thumb, for me at least. Other things that you should know when you block it: if someone's turned around, this is what Potbass told me, if someone's turned around and you start like spam block hitting them, you should actually do that, because you have like a better chance of hitting them out of their pots. They go flying a little more. Yeah, I don't know, it's not really like a huge thing. It's just something that I've tried, and it works out a little. So I'll go ahead and go into a premium match, and I'll try to explain more clearly what I'm talking about and give you guys a visual representation of what I'm doing. So I'll see you guys when I'm in a match. Okay guys, we're in a premium match. We're up against colleges. One thing that I don't think I said earlier, I don't W tap. So people who think that you need to W tap, it all depends on your style. If you want to W tap, you can. If you want to block it, you can. They both do the same thing. But yeah, let me go ahead and, I don't think I'm that warmed up, and Jesus Christ, I didn't use this pack beforehand. These particles. But you can, oh, what am I doing? You can see when I'm going in for the hits, right? I'm not, every time I'm doing it, I'm blocking. And you see how much KB he's taking. I'm terrible, but let's see if I can get like a good combo on him with a few nice hits. Yeah, I probably should be using a better pack. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, you can see I want to get it like when we're like in close range and I start spamming. So like right there, I was like a little closer to him and I didn't really spam it, but I just like did it a little bit more. And again, I can't tell you why. Okay, here we go. And so you see with that, I didn't see my CPS counter there, but that's another style of how I like block it. And what I'll do is I'll like hold my right click, like I'll tap it, yes, but I'll just like hold it. Jesus. Okay, let's respeed. Oh my god, I can't. But yeah, I'll just like hold it out, and I'm like holding right click, like I'm doing that, and my CPS like goes lower, and that's why my PvP I think is unique, because I don't think a lot of other people do that. But you can see the general rule of thumb. Just pay attention. I'm hitting them. That pot was terrible. I'm probably gonna lose this, honestly. I'm doing like sort of trash right now, but yeah, you see, even like it's every hit that I'm doing it. I'm just doing it, and I think with blocking, you should sort of treat it like a W tap in that sense where I cannot track. I actually cannot track. Where, you know, you just sort of like tap it, I guess you do it. Just gonna wait for this guy to speed up. Oh, my FPS. There we go. Getting some good combos. Speed. Going for this guy some more. But yeah, I don't know if I'm explaining this like the very best way. Again, it's not something that is, oh fuck. It's not something that I can do the best really explaining. It's more of a reflex, but if you follow these general rules of thumb, then you'll just sort of know, like when you're comboing someone, right? You like W tap a shit ton, right? Well, you're gonna want to do the same with blocking. If you're comboing someone, you don't want them to reach you, so you block it more to make you like slower. Like that. You see how I spammed that then? That was because I wanted to move slower. I'm dead. Or I potted him. So huge rip. And it's just that these kind of like reflex things that you sort of do. Just that you don't really think about. And that's just something about Minecraft PvP that you just need to know. If you're comboing someone, you don't want to be right in front of their face, right? You want to have some distance on them. And to make yourself have distance on them, you move slower. And you do that by like W tapping like super hard. Is this guy out? You do that by W tapping a shit ton. Oh, he pearled out. Or if you block it of him. He said scumbag. But yeah, you can see his KB. Why is he trying to jump crit everything? I'm out of speed. You can't really catch me. Just gonna say GG. Yeah, you can see my elo isn't very high. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. If you have more questions about block hitting, you can feel free to message me in-game. This guy told me. I think he's sort of salty. But yeah, you can message me in-game for more tips and advice. But just keep that in mind. The general rule of thumb, hit them. Block, like tap it as you hit them. If you're like really close to them, you want to spam it. If you're like comboing them super hard and you want to get some distance on them, spam it. If you're like me, you'll sort of like hold it out, but I don't think anyone does that besides me. But yeah, anyways guys, peace.